Hello everybody and welcome back to the guild. Now last episode we expanded our business by another tavern and by an infirmary, and in this episode we want to get a thriving business continued. Now for that, first of all, what I want to check now is, some of you commented on that already, is the storage rules. Now with the storage rules it handles a bit differently, so let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the latest tavern that we built. Now here we have the tavern just beside the market here of South District, our new one, the Laughing Scoundrel, and in that case here we don't have anything here yet. So let's get the workers first. Let's upgrade this building here for additional workers, for some fire protection that we have here, for another transporter, that might be something, and storage slot, let's increase that. Productivity increased by 40% now to 140%, and of course customer satisfaction, very important for every tavern. Now let's have a look at the storage rules. We do have that. Oh, first of all we have a trial here, broke the bones, and for that, well, we need to judge. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now. Let's see, so this is what the opinion of the population of the city is, and that is this case here. Unfortunately there doesn't appear anything, so I guess it's just a smaller fine or something like that, and the punishment is 22 coin, right? Thank you very much. That was that. And why do we still need to be judged, by the way? Aren't we the market reef for now? No idea why we should do that. Mayor, can we apply for that already? Nope, we cannot, but look at that, how many there are, and that is actually another dynasty here that is applying for the mayor here. And Kirsten can actually decide who's getting the mayor title. In that case, we are treasurer now, at least, so finally, that is something. We are now in the city council. The city council is at the top level, and the most powerful officials of the city sit in this chamber. They administrate the civil code and the municipal building yard. They also pass judgment over the most abominable crimes, including murder. Very nice. Up there, and oh, how's Gwendolyn looking? She's down here. There's nothing else where she could go for at the moment. So we are treasurer. Next step would be the mayor. Of course, we want to reach that. Could we go with that now? List of candidates is already full, alright, so we cannot do that. Now let's get back to the tavern here. We have the 5 workers, 2 transporters. Let's have the storage rules for now. So we do have the alcohol here. We want to continue, wait a second, we want to continue with the wheat beer, since that is our speciality. And we do need the wheat for that, the alcohol and the blackberries, right? Let's say the storage rules here procure alcohol for a minimum of, let's say, 10 in the storage. We do need the same with the blackberries. Let's have a minimum of 20 in the storage, and the rest we can actually say don't procure that. Here we have the 20. Here we have the brand. Let's get rid of that. Charcoal, fat, honey, mixed herbs, oak barrel, pork, roast beef, rock candy, sausage, spirit of wine, strong beer. Nope. Nothing of that. There's the wheat, 20 of that, yes. And wheat beer, let's always keep 5 in front store. So we probably will never have more than that here, right? So that's that. 5 in front store, and procure the wheat. That's probably it, right? 10 blackberries. Let's have 20 blackberries. And 10 alcohol. That's my storage rules. And now we can hire a transporter and say adhere to the storage rules. And she should be doing that. And let's get the workers. There we have the workers. Do we need to probably change a market or select a market or something like that? Because there's no route assigned here. You know, if we have that. And South District Market. That's probably the one that we should go for. But she's really not doing anything. No route assigned. Alright, now it's working. Adhere to storage rules, and as we can see, she's now starting to purchase these goods, whatever is missing. In that case here, she still doesn't have the slot here free, unfortunately, so hopefully she's purchasing a horse of herself or something like that. And let's just have a look how this one works now. She's going back to the tavern there. Here she's unloading it, and then she should be now going back again to the market. She is. Very nice. Going back to the market, and yeah, she's also following now to the best prices there, I guess. So she's going where the prices are the best. She's procuring alcohol right now. Let's follow her once again. This is pretty cool. I did not expect this to work so easily. She's actually, is she actually going over here and taking the alcohol now? She was actually going to the other tavern, so where she got it the cheapest, you know. and getting the alcohol from over there. Right, and she's going now back to my tavern here.
Production has been...
There she is. Now they can start with the wheat beer. And she is continuing back again to the market. Probably getting some alcohol there, whatever. Nope, some wheat only. That's pretty cool. So now we have automated the transporter. She's now just doing whatever she thinks is necessary for the business. We no longer have to go with any trade route here. And they can keep producing now. And in that case here, once of course they are finished, the wheat beer will then just go here to the front store. And look at how slowly they produce that. Right, they're very inexperienced yet. So Hilda, she's level 1, really doesn't know anything else. Now we need to do that with the other in here as well, the tavern that we have here. So there we have the storage rules. Adhere to the storage rules. And in that case we do have everything here in store right now, right? So they can just produce. But our storage rules here are the same. So we have the barley, nope. We have the alcohol that is here. And then we say the blackberries, and down here the wheat for the wheat beer. And this wheat beer here we just keep in the front store, at least 5 of it, right? And sales price 100%. It's 576, right? And it's being purchased right away as well there. So she's now doing the same thing here. Right now everything is still capped. Probably the wheat is going out soon. And then she should be going for the market.
Your reputation has diminished.
And doing something. So let's just wait there.
Someone doesn't like...
Right, it's below 20 now. And all of a sudden, Daphne is now going to adhere to storage rules. Beautiful. This is working out. That's very good. So we can do that now with all the taverns so that we have... Let's see, where's the other tavern that we have? Down here we have the other one, the Bishop's Head. We have way too much alcohol in here anyway, you know, and in this case here it should all just work out. Let's stop.
Wheel and axle.
Adhere to storage rules for you as well. Oh. Storage rules are as say, oh yeah, she's trying to sell it now. She's trying to sell the alcohol here right now. So of course we want to procure for a minimum of 10 in our storage that we have there. We don't need that, we need that one here, the blackberries, the rest we don't need. We could of course also with the same thing here now say we want to produce other things as well, because it's making it much easier, you know. We can have one transporter and she's just going then back and forth and producing that her own. So we could go with more complex things then as well. And here we say keep 5 of the wheat beer in the front store and purchase the 20 as a minimum.
Beer, I'm ready.
Right, she's still on her way now, I think, to sell the alcohol. She's working hard on that, but it's fine. We have way too much alcohol anyway. That's that. Very nice. So all of my 3 taverns should now be working at high efficiency there, trying to get the alcohol to the people of London. The Bishop's Head and the Laughing Scoundrel over here. Everything is here. She's actually purchasing wheat now because it's below 20 again. Working out. Very good. We can actually, what we should actually do is raise the minimum storage here, right? So it's not too low, because she's sometimes taking quite some time to get to the cheapest market. And in that case, 20 should be the minimum. We have the same thing then here for the blackberries too. And that's that. Now those are working. Let's have a look at the... We don't have a sovereign at the moment, it seems. Nope, Kirsten is gone. So in that case, we could apply for this one here. But the next election opens at 1424 next day. And we would need a minimum of lord for the sovereign, right? And that is the next one actually. So we do need a bit more influence in that case. Now where's Valkin, our treasurer? Valkin here, we can say we want to boast our achievements, of course. Nope, we want to oil the wheels of bureaucracy in the school.
That won't take long.
Right, the 20,000 here. And there it is. We got a bit of influence out of it. We should do that a second time, but let's not do that, because I don't want to get too low. So 40,000 should be the new minimum. And in that case, yeah, what Valking can do now every day is drive the workers. Gwendolyn,
no pain, no gain.
We could actually have her now
time.
working in one
What's
of
that?
those buildings. And yeah, the Infirmary is probably the place for her, for Gwendolyn in the future, and then of the daughters as well. So that is the next one that we have to focus on now a bit, the Infirmary. And the next day is dawning. Now we can do that. First of all, let's drive the workers that we have in our businesses in the tavern there. Oh, that's only a 54% chance, so it's actually not that certain that we can drive the workers. Nope, and we did not. In fact, that's very strange, right? Or do we? We're still driving the workers now. Okay, it seems like that is a permanent action anyway, so we can just do that now. Let's just wait for the next turn here, and then we get a lot of experience by that. And yes, this time we buff them by 3% at least, so they can produce a bit more of our wheat beer here. We have quite a lot of that now in the front store, and someone just purchased all of it. Like, wheat beer for 2,800 coins. Incredible. Let's have a look at the infirmary now. Where is it? There we have it. One more try. Another beautiful building here. Gwendolyn is already here. And, oh, Aaron is probably drunk because he has wheat beer in his storage there. And here we have now some new, as we can see, products that we can use. Now, Gwendolyn here can have the first action already, that is tending the patients. So she's just in here now, and whenever someone's sick come in, she can, well, tend to them. She should be quite apt for this task, and they can do that. Now, let's have the rest of here as well. We do need more workers. We do need, yeah, some fire protection. We do need... Do we need another transporter? I don't know yet. Perhaps. Another transporter might make sense at some point. There's someone fighting here in front of my infirmary. Alright, Thomas versus Raymond.
I am, otherwise engaged.
And down here, productivity boosting is very important, and customer satisfaction. That causes that more people would come to my establishment here for help, for example. Right, then we do need a few more workers, so let's have 4 of them. That's fine, and hire a transporter here as well. Now, what should they do? One of them, we could actually go with 2 transporters, because one of them then always produces the bandages, another one always produces the painkiller, or 2 of them always do that. We just need to see what's the best here. Antidote sells for 360, does require alcohol. Oh, polish, look at that. This one costs 195. That's eating away all my profits in here. The painkiller, flee away. This one looks good. Flee away, 356. Oh yes, and has some very low production, or some very low build materials here. So clay pot, spirit of wine, and swamp root. And those are the medicine here. So what I want to have is, first of all, I want to actually have, yeah, 2 transporters. Let's go with another transport here. Having that, plus, because we do need all these resources here, you know. And then we have the storage rules. So that is a bit more complex now. We have cloth and wool. Let's go with that first. Cloth and wool. First of all, let's deactivate just everything here. I don't know why this is activated all the time. Oh, it's actually not that much here for the infirmary anyway. Right, next up, cloth and wool. So there we have the wool. We need to procure that with a minimum of 20. And wool. Right, and a minimum of 20 here as well. Then with that we make the bandages. Now the bandages, let's keep 5 in the front store at all times. And otherwise, let's have 5 as a min store. And everything above that we can sell for the sales prices of 100% for now, right? So that's the first one. And the second one is the flee away, clay pot, spirit of wine, and swamp root. Clay pot is here. Spirit of wine. And the swamp root. There's the spirit of wine and the swamp root. So a minimum of 20 there as well. And with that, we produce the flee away. Oops, the flee away. And the flee away, we have then a minimum of, let's say, 5 there in the front store and 5 in the storage. And other than that, we can sell it. With 100 as well, because we want to sell it though. Right, so that's that. Adhere to the storage rules. You and you. So both of them are doing that. And here we can now say one is on the bandages and the other 3 are on the flee away, because I'm pretty sure this takes a lot of time here to produce anyway. And now they're doing it, already adhering. Hopefully that's working. Now, why do we need the bandage and the flee away in the front store? Because there might be customers coming to us and for tending the patients probably. Right, so that we do have the medicine here for those poor souls then that need our help there. Nice building here, by the way, the infirmary, and it's only the level 2 that we have there. And look at the money, 70,000 at the moment. I think it's time to go. We could be a lord soon.
Yeah, at your service.
Let's have another.
Your reputation has
Well, the
increased.
wheels of bureaucracy. In the. Yeah, in the castle. Let's do that. Right, and how is it looking here? Sovereign is open now for application. That's 1424, and the election would be in 1425. Oh, no, we will not be able to do that on time. Election closes in, I don't know, 2 seconds there.
I'm busy.
And we don't have the influence yet for the Lord, so this time we probably won't be able to do it. Right, because it's ending now in a few seconds. And application is closed, we no longer can do that. And he's only finishing that now.
I'm a
Damn
bit
it,
busy
that was
right
close, but the next election will probably win then. If nothing else happens. There we were successful. Oh, we're looking really good, right? With the plate armor there. We value our life. How old are we now anyway? 42. That's still pretty young. I mean, for Middle Ages, not really. And in that case, how's the infirmary looking? I really want to see that everything is working here out. To transporters, perhaps they, you know, communicate with each other to always know what's important. Let's hope that's the case. We have the first bandage now, and it should go right into the front store then. It is. Very nice. So the bandage is working, and now the flee away should be working into it as soon as she's arrived with the swamp root. And right, they're communicating with each other. At least I think so. Because we don't have enough clay pot. And someone was tending, or someone was paying her money now for Gwendolyn, right? So she was actually treating someone. That's fine, so that's working. Oh, the sounds every time I click on the infirmary. She's here now, and now we start producing the flea away there too. So today, of course, we won't probably make much profit there because everything was pulling up. But then tomorrow I will see then how much the infirmary is actually doing for us. And for the first time, what I can see here is that another building of another dynasty is coming up here. So there's a warehouse of one of the other dynasty members here. So finally someone's building something in the city here. I don't know if we've just been done really quick about it or the AI is still a bit slow. We are playing on the highest difficulty after all. I don't see any other buildings of dynasty members though. This was the first one, so hopefully that marks the beginning. That they're now expanding more into the city. Otherwise I would have to build buildings everywhere here, and well, I don't know if I want that. Now the infirmary, as we can see, is making a good amount of money because front store is empty, so there was actually quite a lot of front store here. Now the bandages and the flea away, this one's pretty good for the mixture. Has an unmistakable smell of the swamp root that has the property of keeping fleas away, sprayed on one of your buildings to protect it from fleas, along with the residents and employees. Now this is quite useful for most people here, I guess. Painkillers will also make a lot of sense there for the treating. I remember the guild too that there were you needed those medicines there for certain illnesses, and people came to you then to get treated, and in that case use the medicine then here. I don't think that it's the same this time. And I shouldn't click on the infirmary too often. I can't stand the girl screaming. And in that case here, let's have a look at the sovereign. Now Annabelle is our new sovereign. The thing is, first of all, she didn't apply for the job. I don't know why she is a sovereign. The other problem is that this office here is lifelong, you know, so there's no new election. Oh, and I'm under attack. Vulcan is under attack by Gerald, but Gerald, he saw the armor, and I think that's the end of him. Yeah, he got pushed down there, so he had no chance against our armor there. Now the thing is, right, the thing is that she's now lifelong sovereign.
Someone has turned
and we have a problem with that.
it.
So Annabelle probably, we're probably not going to be friends with her, and we probably will think about an assassination or something like that because she's way too young.
Turned the citizens against
Probably it was chosen
Someone has
randomly.
turned the citizens against you.
No idea. Now we do have a few new dates here again. Oh god, there's the election for the dungeon master, so we need to decide who should it be, and of course she's the only one right now, so yeah. Let's vote that way. That would be one. We have lots of things here actually now on our to-do list that we need to do.
Your reputation has diminished.
There's the next one, so that would be the punishment. And let's just... Oh, Gwendolyn has to decide that, right?
I really can't get away from here right now.
Let's also have a look if she can actually apply for something else. Mayor up here, no election yet. Gwendolyn could go for council informer. I don't think that is higher though. But still, no, it's not. We would not get more money out of this one. So we have to wait for those things here to be open again for application. Then we could go with Gwendolyn there too. And how is our dynasty looking? Now all of them are 14. Here Jacob is still 2, so we cannot do anything with him. But I have great plans for him. Perhaps he becomes the sovereign after all, I don't know. And Marissa here, she has another point here, so let's use... Yeah, she's really good with crafty things, it seems, because dexterity and strength are high. So let's just increase that even more. Right, Sean here, she's the best one with intelligence. She's going to work in my hospital then.
Will you buy me something nice?
Martha, she's good with, yeah, dexterity and intelligence. Crafty person, and charisma, she's going for politics then at some point. Our little dynasty here. Now, infirmary, we have flee away again in store, bandages in store, producing that, bandages, quite a lot of that, and then we can make some money out of that. And speaking of money, well, look at that, we have so much money at the moment, and I think it's time to invest that into something useful then. First of all, we could have another business. Let's go with... We could go into a completely new business, for example, like the rogue, you know, and then go up here to stays with that and have a thief craft house, a thief's den, herbalism, alchemy, apothecary, and the scribe. The handicraft, we don't have that yet, and we could go for tailor and craft the best garbs that are in the city, beside the best weapons there as well. Lots of things actually that are still on the horizon, and we're continuing in the next episode. Stay tuned.